Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I have my very first video that is, the downward facing. So yeah, today I thought it would be really fun to try out these. These are the Lime Girl Carve Pattern Gels. I got these off of AliExpress. They are essentially like a nail clay. I got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 9, and this cost me like $4, like $5 if you round up. So I thought it would be fun to try these out. They are very, very tiny. And then that's like in there. These are very, very small. So I know there's not like a ton of product in these, but I had never used them before, so spending $4 on them sounded better than spending like $75 on some like good ones. So I thought it would be fun to take them and use my molds that I have. I have this one with a bunch of different sizes of stars. There's also different shapes of stars. There's a lot of 4-pointed stars. There's some 3-pointed stars, some 6, there's a whole bunch of different stars in this one. And then this one is like a Halloween mold. It's got stars, like just traditional like 5-pointed stars. Ooh. Bats, moons, pumpkins, and ghosties. And I guess you can see them in the mold. You can see them a little bit more when I flip them over, but the pumpkins do have little faces. And it looks like the ghosties might also have little eyes, but I can't tell entirely. Now, I'm not going to try to fill the little faces in with the clays. I know some people do that. I'm not going to do that. I figured, if anything, I'm not even going to paint the faces on, but I figured like if I was to do this, I would just paint the faces on and just kind of see where it goes from there. But like this is just to see how the mold works, how these work. I have my lamp right here. I have it kind of facing away, so that way when it's on, hopefully, it doesn't upset anything else. I also have like some dotting tools to help me get the product out. These little silicone tipped tools to help me like push it in a little bit, things like that, some detail work. This little thing has got some rubbing alcohol in it because from other people using clays, I've seen them use rubbing alcohol as a way to like help mold it. I don't know if I'll need that, but I might, and I don't know if these are going to be sticky or not when they come out. The colors I have are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. So I'm going to first show you guys all the colors. So this is number 1, which is black. So you can see there's not like a ton. You can see how they didn't like fill it all the way. Two, which is white. This one looks like it's really filled. Also, there's a piece of my hair. I did take all of the, these all were sealed. They all had like a nice foil seal on them. I just took them off already. 3, which is red, or what's supposed to be red, or looks to be red. But really to me it looks more orange, which actually works out kind of well because I have the pumpkin mold, so that's kind of, unexpected. 4, which appears to be a brown, and is this one, like, came to me with like a huge like dip in it. I don't know how they like fill these. I'm sure someone just goes in and throws like a wad of it in the little jar. 5 appears to be hot pink. I'm just gonna say appears to be because some of these are not the color they are on the thing. Like the red is definitely orange, but this is definitely a hot pink. This one looks like it's gonna be a nice blue. And it's a pretty nice blue. Got like a light green. It's kind of more yellow than green. Like this looks like it's gonna be green. It's kind of yellow to me. Or it's not kind of yellow to me. It's definitely yellow. Like I said, a couple of these, like the stickers don't match that well. Like I said, the red looked more orange. The green, that green is yellow. Then there's this green, which is definitely not the right shade of green, but at least it is actually green. This is freaking bright green. And then this one, which appears to be purple, but is in fact another blue. And hold on, I want to see something really quick. I just want to see if the two blues are the same. Like they... this one that's supposed to be purple is a little bit darker, but they are really similar. Like I feel they're almost the same, but we'll just have to see how they look like out of the pot and everything, because you know they might be different. So I'm not really going to now, of course, I do have like a plan. Like I'm gonna put like some yellow. I'm gonna definitely put yellow in the star. I'm gonna put the purpley orange in the pumpkin. He's got hair stuck to him. How do you guys keep these things clean? Because every time I even like look at them, they get hair and dust all over them. I went over them with a lint roller, but I don't have it with me. I'm gonna put like the bats are gonna be black. I'm gonna do a white ghosty, you know, and then just lots of random colored stars. I'm gonna use each and every one of these, and I'm gonna make at least one charm. Like I said, I have these dotting tools to help me like get out some of the product, because I thought they would be a little bit easier than the silicone tools to get out the product, because these are nice and hard, where the silicone tools are, you know, quite, you know, flimsy. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the black and do a bat. I'm trying to do this all in frame. I've never played with the clays before, so I don't know like what's a good texture and what's not. These do seem to kind of stick to the glove a little bit. And I am wearing gloves because you are supposed to. Do not touch this stuff with your hands. Like, because it's not good for your skin. Okay, hold on. Ooh. I'm trying to do all of this like in frame, and it is not helping. Okay, so I can get it to roll up in a ball. I'm trying to get it all off my dotting tool. Ah, I can't get it to go in the mold. It doesn't want to like, because it keeps sticking to my glove. So I can get it to like roll into a ball. Do I need the alcohol? Is that what it is? Like, let me dip my finger in the alcohol. And now let me grab the little guy. Just gonna try to get it in the bat again. I can't. Why? Okay. I have it on the bat. Hold on. I'm going to take my little tool and I'm going to see if I can like push it in there. Oh, it sticks to the silicone tools too. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna give up on the bat, I think. I'm gonna see if I can't get it in a better mold and just stick it in one of the stars. Okay, that seemed to work a little bit better, maybe. Oh my God, this stuff is sticky. And it just wants to go everywhere. Okay, so I'm kind of trying to just force it into the mold and then kind of scrape it. Well, I think that's as good as that one is going to get. I'm gonna try to put the extra back in the pot. So this one is, okay, so the black is definitely really sticky. And it did not go into the little bat mold like I hoped. I did get it in the star mold though. So I'm gonna put that one away. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try, let me wipe off my dotting tool so I can use it to get some more clay. I'm gonna use my dotting tool now and I'm gonna do the orange. I'm gonna see, because the bat is kind of a little tiny weird mold, I'm gonna see if maybe one of the bigger, like more open molds will be better. So this is really, like, that is sticky. Like, ugh. I am not loving the texture of this stuff. That makes sense to anybody. This stuff is not my friend. I'm probably gonna need more of it though to go inside the pumpkin. Yeah, that's not enough. So let me get a little bit more. This is working a little bit better than the black did in the other mold, but I don't think that was so much the black color as so much as it was the hole was just too small, I think, for the bat. So there, now I have more clay. I'm gonna dip my little silicone tool in this thing and try to wipe it off a little bit, but now I'm gonna try to like pat it into here. Okay, so this is definitely working a lot better with this mold. Trying to get some of it up into the stem. I don't think that's gonna quite work. Ew, it's sticky. Ugh. It's like the second I think I'm getting the hang of it, everything wants to stick again. Alrighty. Okay, so I know my original plan was to do every color. That's not gonna happen because this stuff is being really sticky and I don't want to mess with it too much. But I am gonna try a couple more colors just to see. I want to do the blue and the purple because I want to see if they are different, like, colors. Just gonna use this and just get a little bit, like, they all have that same kind of like really sticky weird texture, and the way they pull is weird, like, so that is weird to me. And I'm just gonna put this one in one of the stars just to, you know, try it out, because these ones are a little bit better. Not necessarily better, but they're just, I feel they're a little bit easier because I can just kind of push and then I kind of just scrape the extra away and then I can put it back in the jar. Okay. All right, just honestly, based on the texture line, I don't know if I'd recommend these to anybody because they're kind of ass, but yeah. So this one is the purple one, which to me just looks the same color as the blue one. But that's why I'm doing this, to see if they are indeed the same color. And then let me grab, that was a big blob. I think this one I'm actually gonna put in this mold so that way I do know. And I am gonna put it in just one of their regular little star molds. Get back in there. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about like making that one look pretty. And then I'm gonna do one more color, which is just going to be the white, because if nothing else, I wanna see like, cause how like white and black are usually the most like bought or sought after colors of things like this. So I wanna see how the white and the black perform. So. Let me grab a nice blob of white. And this one, I'm just gonna throw in the moon on this one. Pat it down. Oh, where the heck did it go? Ah, it stuck to my glove and, okay. All right. Well, I think this might be as good as these are going to get. So I am going to put the lid on this white one. I'm just going to throw these both in my lamp for 60 seconds, and I'm going to clean this up. Like, look at my silicone tool is covered in the white clay. I'm going to dip it in this and get it cleaned up. It does seem to clean up if I do use the rubbing alcohol, which is nice. All right, I'm gonna see how these cure, but I can tell you right now, I don't like them. These are definitely not a recommendation for sure. Not only are they ridiculously tiny, but they just are very sticky. Very, 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 very sticky. All right, let me see. All right, so see how these come out though, of the mold. Okay, they're hard. And they don't seem to be, hold on, I'm gonna take off my gloves since this is now cured. Take off my gloves so I can tell you guys if it is sticky, because once it's cured you can touch it. Okay, here's the blue and the black. They actually cured it very nicely. I mean, yeah, I'd have to trim them up a little bit, but they made really nice ones. Okay, I'm gonna put the blue right here. the black there. Oh, the little pumpkin came out really cute too. Again, his little face is kind of, you can see it. I'd have to color that in with some black gel, and his stem didn't really come out, but that's actually not bad. I don't have high hopes for the moon. It looks a little bit better than I thought it would. Here's the little moon. Again, these are all cured all the way through, it seems. Yeah, these are hard all the way through. Like, they're very hard. And then this is the one that's supposed to be purple. So actually, it does look a little bit more purpley. I wouldn't say purple, though. I would say it's more of a dark blue, not necessarily a purple. But okay, so those are the two blues compared to each other. The black, the white, and the orange. I was, like I said, originally I was planning on doing like one of each. But because these kind of suck to work with, I am not doing that now. So these actually make really nice charms if you can get the stuff to work. Because, like, look how cute that little pumpkin came out. That's adorable. So, like, if you could get these to work for you, they cure very hard. And would make really nice little charms if you could get them to just get in your mold proper. And then, like, just trim them up a little bit. Like I said, they are very hard. Like, and this one's like really pointy even, and even a little sharp. So if you are someone who's more experienced with these kinds of things, you might have better luck than me. But this was my very first time even trying anything like this product before. So maybe, or maybe if you were like hand sculpting and not putting it into a mold, maybe I'll try that next time as well. Maybe I'll try that too, where maybe I'll hand sculpt something, like nothing crazy, but you know, maybe if I can hand sculpt something, it might not be as bad either, because these, like I said, these cure very, very nicely. But yeah, I don't know. I personally would never buy these again, and I don't think I would recommend you guys buy these either, just because of how difficult they were to get into the mold and like how sticky they are. They're kind of hard to use even with the gloves. Like, even if you were hand sculpting, they stuck to freaking everything. Like I said, once they cure though, they are not at all sticky, so like that's definitely a plus. But again, these are the Lime Girl Carve Pattern Gels. I would say if you want to try like clays or carved gels or whatever, I wouldn't use this particular one. I would possibly spend a little extra and maybe get like the Korean ones that everyone like raves about. Like, I plan on getting a couple of those, but I just wanted to try these ones first. Yeah, this is definitely like a 1 out of 10, and it only, you know what, no, I'll give it a 2. This is definitely a 2 out of 10. It gets 1 point for being super affordable and having a lot of colors. And it gets a point for drying non-sticky and drying so hard. Those are really the only 2. Like I said, if you have more experience with stuff like this, and you know all the little tips and tricks, and you know how to get like these kind of things to work, even though they're cheap and sticky and really hard to work with, I say go for it if you're just looking for something cheap to do some little things with. But if you were like a beginner like me, I would not recommend this. Alright, so that is my video, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye! Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you've tried these, if you got them work for you. But yeah, that's all for my video. Bye!